Welcome back to the channel, or to the channel if this is your first video, everyone. And I've got a mail call today. This one I'm very excited about. One of these I'm extremely excited about. The other one, we'll see. I bought it with the intention of maybe modifying it, so we'll take a look. But these are two Twosun knives, and I ordered these two knives on December the 14th, and today is February the 12th, so nearly 2 months for them to get here. I don't think it normally takes that long. I think a lot of it's got to do with, all the COVID nonsense going on right now and delays. So let's open these up and take a look at them. This is just an unboxing and first impression. And we're going to open them up with my first and only Twosun knife at this point, the TS301. This is a fantastic knife. That's why I'm so excited about these two, because of how good this one is. For the money, I mean, it's hard to even make sense of it. So, all right. I know which one I want to open first. You won't be able to tell. So I'm gonna peek at this before I show you, because I want one to be first, and that's the one I want to open first. So perfect. All right, this one here, this is the TS325. It's D2 blade. This is a for Twosun. This is a budget knife. This is one of their more inexpensive knives. All right. When I bought this knife, and I looked at the scales, this G10 scales. It's as an American, red, white, and blue, makes you think of Old Glory, right? The American flag. But the way this G10 is designed, it made me think of England's flag. And but the modification, this is the one I was thinking about modifying. The modification I was thinking about with this knife is replacing the scales. But now that it's in hand, I don't know. It's not that bad. But does that not remind you of the British flag? Definitely reminds me of the British flag. Let's take a close look before I flip it open. Seen something already even before I open it that's interesting to me. These two holes right here. You see those? It looks like it's for a lanyard, but look at where the blade's at. No way it could be a lanyard. Interesting. Well, let's flip it and check the action. Ooh, that was nice. Well, look at that. This has been sitting somewhere for 2 months. Actually, a little less than 2 months. I think they shipped it like 2 or 3 days after I won the auction on eBay. And it came in the mail today, so action's pretty good. These scales are very, not just the color, but they're very, I don't know how to really describe it, but it's hard, probably going to be hard for you to tell in the camera. But they're very sharp. These ridges right here where you see the colors and I don't know if you can see how much it's going up and down there. But the edges are where it's kind of sharp. Not like terribly sharp, but kind of sharp. But the modification I was thinking about doing to this knife anyway is replacing the scales. I found some killer scales online that I can order. And this looks like I've never replaced scales on a knife before. But this one looks like it would be very simple to put replacement scales on it. That's a funky Tonto blade there. What are these holes for? I don't understand. It can't be for a lanyard, but what else could those holes be for? You see that? Look at this. If I close the blade, that blade would cut would cut the lanyard. What are those holes for? I don't understand. They can't be for a lanyard, right? And you can't. I don't get that. But It's something I saw in the pictures. When I replace the scales, I'm going to take it all the way out. You know, just cover that over on both sides. And I think it's a really cool looking knife, the blade shape and everything. And this is just D2, so. And I think, actually, I'll tell you exactly what I won this for. $27. I paid $27 for this knife. And that's including shipping, free shipping, so. The action is fantastic. Needs a little shake, but I'm sure it'll break in some. Not a lot of tolerances there. Look how tight that is. Not a lot of space in there, so I guess it's centered. Yeah, it's centered. Almost has to be centered. See if I can get that to line up for you there. Get you a better view. There you go. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of tolerance in there. A space in between the frame and the blade itself. Let's cut some paper here. See how it cuts out of the box. Ooh, very sharp. Very sharp. As the TS301 was. Alright, I'm still excited about it. I'm excited about replacing these scales. There's a few different options I've been looking at, and once I make the decision on which scales I'm going to go with, I will make videos about cutting these scales and forming them for the knives, put them in a drill press and drilling the holes out and everything, and sanding them and putting them on the knife. We're going to turn it into a completely different knife, no doubt about it. Alright, so this is the TS325. Cool beans. Let's move on to the one I'm really excited about. The next one's a little more expensive. It's a M390 on the blade and a titanium frame. It's actually, well, I don't want to say too much. If I say too much, I may give it away. Alright, we're going to use the TS301 again to unbox it or open it up. Man, went a little crazy with tape on there. I need to sharpen this. I've been using the crap out of this knife too. Look at that action. Oh, look at that action. Fantastic. Alright, this one is the TS205 Tonto. And it is an integral. Kind of an integral. Technically it's an integral, but it's a very different kind of integral. The only one I've ever seen done this way, actually. Boy, they don't play around with the tape. Ta-da! Check it out. Look at that milling. Can you see that milling there? That's freaking sweet. Same on this side. Got some oil on there. Let's wipe that off. Let's go ahead and wipe some of that off there. Guess they got to oil them up pretty good to survive the nearly 2 months trip on a ship, across the ocean. So I can appreciate them oiling it. And this is just a flipper, just like the last one. No thumb studs or anything. I wish it did have thumb studs, but that's okay. But look at this. Before we even flip the blade out, let's look at this. Solid piece of titanium, right? In most integrals, they take a solid chunk of titanium and they mill it out, and you get a solid piece across there. What they've done with this, if they've taken a piece of titanium that's that thickness, somewhere in that range, cut all this stuff out on it, and then folded it over to make it both sides of the frame, and then milled out for the frame lock and everything. So it's an integral, but a different kind of integral. Oh crap, that's the blade right there. I'm touching that. What the hell? If I flip that, I'm gonna slice my finger open. I'm scared to flip it. Man, it looks nice, but look at that. Why did they put that hole right there? I hope the camera's showing that. Oh. I guess as long as it flips, you can't get your finger, but if you happen to miss the flipper, I'm touching the edge. Right? Well, as long as I don't push down, I don't touch it, but if I put my finger in that way, I can touch the edge. I'm touching the edge of the blade right there. Let's get a flashlight. Maybe it'll show it better. Can you see that? That's the butt. Sorry, I got a flashlight in my mouth. Ah. That's the blade right there. The edge of the blade. It's like a game of Russian roulette when you flip this thing. If the flipper works, you don't have to worry about it. The blade's out of the way. But if for some reason you fell that flipper, your finger slips off, you gotta be careful. Why would they not? Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they take this further up and cover that? I'm so confused right now. I gotta say though, it's got a great detent. I mean, and it's a good looking knife. I think it's a good looking knife anyway. These holes milled out up here and all this milling. And this is a rattlesnake design M390. There's the Twosun. I don't know if you guys could see the rattlesnake design there. Titanium or milled titanium pocket clip, and it has man, it feels good. Look at that. No help needed. You gotta be careful with this one, man. It can come down and get you. It'll bite you. Keep your thumb up there where the flipper tab is at. Man, I'm scared to flip this thing. I don't know if I'll even use this knife, honestly. My goodness. I'm scared to flip it. If I miss, I'm going to slice my finger wide open if I push down hard. I mean, I don't have to push down hard to get it. Well, my finger's this way, it doesn't go down there. But if I turn my finger that way, I can touch all over that blade. I'm all over that blade right there. I mean, I wish I had a way to stick something in there to show you. Let's get a piece of paper here. See how sharp it is. It's very sharp. Maybe be a little thinner. I'm gonna try to get a piece of paper in there to show you. Past the detent. There we go. Man, it's super smooth. I don't know if I can get the paper down there to do this or not. I just don't think the camera is going to show you what I'm seeing. Maybe. Look, they even did milling in there too. So they had to know that. See where that milling ends down there? where it goes down, it's kind of curved and the milling ends. The blade's above that milling right there. And if this thing's in your pocket, say it's in your pocket like this, you gotta grab it and your finger goes down this way, it's gonna slice you wide open. No doubt about it, it's gonna slice you wide open. What in the hell was Twosun thinking? What were they thinking? Other than it being a complete and total danger anytime you have it in your pocket, like say it's in your pocket and you go to grab your keys, or you go to grab something else in your pocket, and you hit right there. Terrible design. This is absolutely terrible. I'm trying to think and figure out what I'm missing here. Am I overthinking something? What am I... Why would they do this? Well, this is just first impressions, you know, for unboxing first impressions. First impressions of this, you know, at a first glance, without taking that in consideration, I think it's a badass looking knife. I love the look of this knife. That's why I bought it. And I love the action. I mean, this is no adjustments, no lubrication. It just drops shut. Can you hear that tink? Ting. I don't think it's as much of a risk flipping it to cut you. I think the bigger concern would be when you're carrying this in your pocket. You got this in your pocket, right? This is in your pocket, like this. And you reach down in your pocket to grab your keys or something, or anything. It will slice you wide open. I'm rubbing the blade right now. My whole pinky's on the blade. My ring fingers touch the blade. My middle finger, my index finger, everything can fit in there and touch that blade. Let's see if I can get it closer to the camera and give you an angle where you can see how close that blade is. It's so hard to get it on camera. But you can see that milling right there, right? Where it's shiny right there. You see where it ends at the bottom. The blade's above that milling right there. Sorry if I blind you. I'm trying to show you what I'm talking about here. You see the blade right there, right? Trying to get an angle so to reflect the light angle and reflect off of it. Man, alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. The one I was the most excited about, well, now it's probably the most scary knife I own, honestly. It looks fantastic. Fantastic action, but damn, I'm scared to put it in my pocket. This, on the other hand, I'm not scared to put in my pocket, and I'm pretty excited about the scales I'm gonna put on this. Man, this seems like a wasted piece of titanium and a wasted piece of M390. What the hell were they thinking? You know, that's what you get, I guess, when you buy something and you don't get to hold it before you buy it, test it before you buy it. Be careful. Thank you guys for watching. I will do a review on both of these knives, and I will be replacing the scales on this knife and making probably multiple videos on that process, cutting them down, you know, using a Dremel to do what I want to do. And I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just going to cut the shape, sand it down around the edges, and I've got a few different options I'm thinking about going with. Once those are here, I'll make another video on this one, and I will review this one at some point. And I think you've already got a pretty good idea of what my review is going to be. Subscribe, leave comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys on the next one.